Rolling.
We're talking about pride. Did you love that song that I had you listen to on the way back?
Yeah,
Pride,
it was
the
good.
Sisters?
Yeah.
It was one of like the most amazing, life-giving weekends I feel
really
like
was.
I've had in my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that's a big, bold statement, but Heartland Pride this weekend was just incredible.
I had a great time.
I had a sparkly time. The parade was fantastic.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody, I totally underestimated all the drag queens and what they put into being in that parade and that heat.
Yeah.
Until I went through what they all had on. It is, you talk about a commitment. It is.
Yeah, I
intense.
learned a lot because I was there while you were getting ready for your routine, which was interesting.
You learned a lot.
Yeah, so
both about the drag process and about Matthew Wayne Tompkins.
Matthew Wayne Tompkins.
Yeah, so Lars and I, we've like, I feel a little awkward today. I'm like, because we have got to know each other on a whole new level.
Yeah,
that passes like
once you
coworkers.
see Matt in a spandex bodysuit, that's a whole nother level.
There's no coming back.
There's no coming back
from that.
Yeah.
So what was like the most surprising part of the process of me turning into a drag queen for you?
I don't know if anything was really surprising because I didn't really have any expectations, or I guess I didn't know a lot about the process, so there wasn't anything that really surprised me and went against what I had already thought. It was more just really interesting to watch everything that went into it, and the most memorable moment was you putting on heels for the first time and like trotting around, and he's like, I feel like a Clydesdale.
Yes. Well, I checked out those heels. They weren't terribly high.
You should have seen the ones that he wanted to wear.
Were they like 5 inchers?
Yeah, they were like disco level, like silver sparkly.
He would have not been walking today because he would have broken both of his ankles.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, next year.
We'll get a pair for you to practice in ahead of time.
I actually thought I did pretty well in the heels. I mean, once you realize,
yeah, you did okay.
I mean, like, if this was my first time walking in actual heels. But yeah, I think like for me, the most surprising part, a couple things was just how, I mean, I almost can get in like the feels now just thinking about like how accepting all these drag queens are. It was
fun. It was a good time.
I mean, they were like, yeah, sure. Here's like $300 of, they call it painting your face. It's not even makeup at that point. It's like paint. Here's like $300 in product. We're just going to put on your face. Here's my outfit. Here's my bra. Only thing I had to bring was I had to pick up pantyhose and, I think that was, and the Spanx. I got a Spanx thing at Walmart.
How many girdles did you wear? Because when David was in here, he's like, I had to wear 4 girdles. Did you wear a girdle?
He didn't wear one.
I didn't wear a girdle.
No.
It was almost all natural. Just that Walmart Spanx. That's it.
How many pair of pantyhose?
I just had one.
He lost a second pair.
I bought a 2-pack.
Yeah.
But then I lost one of them. I don't know where the second one went. But yeah, I think, so I'm sitting there and like, so Lars shows up and ready to help and everything. And at that point, it was like right when I was finishing the makeup and getting into the wardrobe or what have you. And so I had to borrow a dress from Katya, who is like, she's like the Miss Nebraska drag queen, I think, or something like that. So I'm waiting for the dress. So I'm like I have to.
He's like in his pantyhose and his Spanx, just like trotting around this dressing room.
So just like this nude flesh colored being, like with the makeup. Did you have the hair on yet?
No
oh
hair.
My God.
Like the worst part that was like unexpected because I didn't realize how many like layers of pantyhose they wear and how many leggings. Like, I think we saw one queen and she had like 5 or 6. I didn't realize the padding they put in underneath to give themselves hips.
The hip padding was interesting.
It was really interesting to see how they literally transform, and each outfit wasn't just an outfit. It was like they completely redid everything. It was a whole new physical appearance and makeup and everything. But the like worst part that was unexpected was the tucking.
Yeah, I
didn't even know you had to do that. Honestly, I thought everything was, I mean, I thought everything was just kind of smushed or covered up. Right. And so I saw one of them do it. And I'm like, wait, like, do I have to talk for this?
You probably didn't have to, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
You probably didn't have to with what you were doing.
Well, what are you trying to say?
I think also with the way that your dress was, it wasn't super form-fitting.
Yeah.
So the bottom, since it like flowed out a little bit, you would have been fine.
Probably would have been fine.
But when I'm sitting there and I didn't know how to do it. And they're explaining to me, all right, here's physically how you do it. This goes here, this goes there. And I'm like, what? No, that's not going to work. And Lucy Roxia, who was helping me out with the makeup, she literally hands me like a 10-inch strip of duct tape.
Like legit silver.
Like it was
duct
black,
tape.
but yeah, it was it was pure duct tape. And the first attempt to do this, I failed. So I had to take it off, which was painful. The second time I got everything contained and it was very painful to get used to. And then you get used to it. And then at the end of the whole thing, you have to take it off.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Like a Band-Aid, like one for
Ow.
I know.
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it fast. It just hurt too much. But then it gets even more intimate. This is the part you'd left after this. So, if you've ever used duct tape, so it leaves little pieces of like residue. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So after it's removed, there are pieces of residue stuck to some sensitive parts of my body. Right. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I asked one of the queens, I'm like, what do I do? Like, oh, like, don't worry, honey. That happens every time. Just here is this. It was like this soap oil thing. It was kind of like Goo Gone, but for, your twig and berry parts or whatever. So,
So not chemicals that will disintegrate.
So at one point I'm standing there in the bathroom up against the sink, completely naked with this Goo Gone substance on, downstairs and removing this. And I look to my left and there's all these drag queens just standing there getting dressed, watching. Like, it's just, no big deal.
Just part of it.
Like, I'm the guy who couldn't even shower in the locker room at high school.
Yeah.
Like that. But
I can't say I'm sorry I missed it.
no, you're lucky you were gone. However, I didn't feel shy. I mean, I felt so accepted and so loved. And like, we all have body image issues, right? Like, I felt like I didn't feel fat. I didn't feel unattractive. I felt like everybody there was so accepting.
It was a very open and accepting environment in the room where everyone was getting ready. It was. There was like a special energy there.
Yeah. There was.
Definitely.
So I stayed in drag for a couple hours and was just walking around.
Went up freaked out Jean Stothert.
Freaked out the mayor. Yeah. She did not recognize me at all. And
Jean.
Hey, Jean. Like, I did my deepest voice possible.
We're like, it's me, Joan.
It's me. Who? But I was walking around. There was a number of people that came up and said, "Oh, you did great." Yada yada. It was great. And very supportive. And the part that was like, I think the best moment was walking around and a mother and her daughter came up and I don't know if her daughter was like going, considering whether or not she wanted to change how she wasn't, she wasn't currently like a trans person, but I think she was basically had some gender identity that maybe she felt excluded at school and with friends and things like that. And so her mom had brought her there for like the first time, and she came up and was just so, almost teary-eyed how thankful and grateful she was that such a prominent name like Sweet 98.5
Matt Tompkins.
Well, it wasn't. I'm not just me, but the station was there supporting.
Right.
And she said it felt like, you are on our side, like you are supporting my daughter who's going through, feeling excluded all of the time and to feel so accepted. And she said, just to see you at the parade, to see your drag outfit and everything was just really special. And so, I had tons of makeup on, so I'm glad I didn't start crying. But honestly, later I'm like thinking about that. That's what Pride is all about.
Yeah.
And really, it was fun. It was hilarious. Sometimes physically uncomfortable, but it was very special for me.
Yeah.
I really really a lot of love there.
It definitely was a special day. Kind of like you said, it was just so positive, and the parade was awesome, even though it was so hot. I sweated so much running around with my cape.
You looked like you were living your best life.
I was living my best life. This was my first Pride that I've ever been
was?
to. Yeah, I've been out for 5 years, and I've never gone to like a Pride thing.
Lars.
Yeah.
I feel so honored, and I do not like use that lightly. I feel honored to have experienced that with you.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it a lot. And
you made the Omaha World Herald.
I made the world my back.
Or
made
your
the
back,
Omaha
your
World Herald.
backside did. Yeah.
Your hero.
It did,
liked
and
it.
I got to see
Holla.
Matt in drag.
Right.
Yeah.
I am like kind of thinking your whole tape removal process is almost the equivalent of getting a Brazilian wax. That's what I feel like you kind of went through.
I've never gotten a Brazilian wax.
So you can't compare those two.
Yeah. Usually when I ask for them, I'm denied. So
From Wendy doesn't count.
I have so much more respect for what women. I mean, I know drag queens have a lot more on than your normal woman every day because there's a lot more makeup and everything else. But the heels and just maintaining your posture and physically the demand that is put upon women, whole new level of respect for that after this, and a whole nother level of respect for drag queens, because to do that and put on a show, and then some of them went to either Flicks downtown or went to Lincoln and did shows after they did Pride.
Wow.
So I mean, it's just incredible, and they do it oftentimes. Some of them get paid, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But it's truly passion, and they do it out of love.
Yeah.
And so next time you see, go to a drag queen show, support your local queens, and trust me when I tell you that they deserve our admiration.